A very good morning to our respected lecturer. We are Group 1 from Paskam Cadet Maritime Paskam 4, and today we will be presenting our topic entitled Commanding Officer. Throughout this presentation, we will explain the roles and responsibilities of the commanding officer, particularly during pilotage operations, and more details into about the pilotage. So without further delay, let us begin our presentation. Before we begin, let me briefly introduce our group members. Our team consists of Siti Shafina binti Abdul Rakis, Nurul Aina Akila binti Fairul Anwar, and myself Rajeshwari Anaperempuan Subramaniam S74500, and Sharifa Huda Madiha binti Syed Afan, and Tanyashni Anaperempuan Rajan. First, let us understand the meaning of pilotage. Pilotage is a maritime service where a trained marine pilot guides a ship through difficult or restricted waters using local knowledge. The main purpose is to improve navigational safety and reduce the risk of accidents such as collisions, groundings, and navigation errors. The pilot also provides valuable information on water depths, tides, currents, and traffic conditions to assist the vessel during navigation. However, it is important to understand that the pilot only provides guidance. The commanding officer or the ship's master remains the highest authority on board and is fully responsible for the ship's operation, safety, and all final decisions. If necessary, the master has the authority to override the pilot's advice. Therefore, successful pilotage depends on good communication, cooperation, and mutual understanding between the pilot and the commanding officer. Finally, there are main two types of pilotage. The first one is visual pilotage, which relies on visible landmarks and navigational aids. And for the second one, blind pilotage, which relies on instruments such as radar, electronic charts, and GPS when visibility is limited. That concludes my introduction. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurul Aina Akila with number metric S74347. Today I would like to present about visual pilotage. Visual pilotage is the process of navigating a vessel by using visible landmarks, navigation aids, and visual references instead of relying only on electronic navigation systems such as GPS or radar. In visual pilotage, the navigator continuously observes the surrounding environment and compares it with the nautical charts to determine the vessel position and ensure the safe navigation. This method is especially important in coastal water, harbour, rivers, and narrow channel where accuracy is critical. First example, using buoy and beacons. Buoy and beacons are navigation aids placed in the water to mark safe roads and warn vessels of hazards. For example, when a ship enters a narrow channel, red and green buoys indicate the boundary of the safe navigable area. Next is using a lighthouse. A lighthouse will serve as a prominent visual reference point of mariners. When a vessel approaches a harbour, the navigator can identify the lighthouse and compare its position within the nautical chart. This helps confirm the ship's location and ensure that it is following the correct route toward the port safely. The third example is transit, also known as leading lines. A transit occurs when two navigation marks are visual aligned, with one appearing directly behind the other. When this alignment is maintained, the vessel is on the correct course. This technique is commonly used when entering ports, navigating narrow channels, and approaching berths because it provides a simple and reliable way to stay within the safe waters. In conclusion, visual pilotage remains as essential navigation technique despite the availability of modern electronic systems such as radar. By using visual references such as buoy, beacons, lighthouse, and leading lines, navigator can verify their position and ensure the safe passage of the vessels. It also can act as an important backup method if electronic equipment fails. That's all from me. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Danyashri and I would like to explain about the blind pilotage. Okay, First one, blind pilotage is a navigation technique used when the ship bridge team cannot rely on the visual references because of the conditions such as the dense fog, the heavy rain, darkness, or poor visibility. So, in this blind pilotage, the ship is navigated using the electronical navigation equipments, charts, and the position fixing methods instead of looking outside. So, how does this blind pilotage works? Usually, the bridge team will use the radar, the ECDIS, the GPS, the echo sounder, the compass and gyro compass, and also the automatic identification system. There are several types of blind pilotage, such as radar blind pilotage, where it is primarily using the radar. The navigator identify coastline, buoys, ships, and landmarks on the radar display. Second is the electronical blind pilotage, use the GPS, the ECDIS, and so on. The echo sounder blind pilotage is assisted by comparing the water depth shown on the echo sounder with the depth mark on the nautical charts. Fourth one is the parallel indexing blind pilotage. It use radar parallel indexing to monitor the vessel distance from the shoreline or the channel edge. Last one is the integrated blind pilotage, where it combines multiple navigation systems such as the radar, GPS, the ECDIS, echo sounder, and so on. It will combine all the multiple navigation systems. Okay, next, there are several advantages for this blind pilotage, which is it allows safe navigation in the poor visibility conditions. It reduces reliance on these landmarks, on the visual landmarks. It improves situational awareness through multiple navigation system, and we use the integrated blind pilotage system. And it also help prevent the collision and grounding. So, even though there are several advantages, we have plenty of limitations for using this blind pilotage, which is it depends heavily on the accuracy and reliability of the navigation equipments. So let's say there is an equipment failure, it can significantly decrease the increase the risk for collisions. Third one, it requires well trained officers and effective bridge resource management. Lastly, radar and electric system may not detect every hazard. Okay, the key principles when we use the blind pilotage, it is to plan the route in advance, continuously monitor the ship's position using multiple navigation method, cross check the information from different instruments to avoid errors. We have to cross check with multiple navigation equipments, and also maintain a safe speed suitable for the visibility conditions. Last one, use the standard bridge communication among the bridge team, and also if there's a pilot. Okay, lastly, the very most important, we have to follow the international regulations for preventing collision at sea, which is more knownable as COLREC, and the sound the required fog signals. That's all from me. Thank you.
Visual pilotage is the navigation of a vessel by using visible reference such as landmarks, buoys, beacons, and lighthouses, instead of relying only on electronic equipment. During visual pilotage, the officer observes coastal landmarks and navigation aids, compares them with the nautical charts, maintains the correct course, and makes course adjustment whenever necessary. The advantage of visual pilotage are that it is simplest and easy to use in good weather, does not depend entirely on electronic system, and allows officials to detect floating objects or other obstacles visually. However, visual pilotage is not effective during fog, heavy rain, or at night because visibility is limited. Human error may also occur, increasing the risk of navigation accidents. Next is blind pilotage. Blind pilotage is the navigation of a vessel when visibility is poor by using navigation instrument instead of visual reference. The main equipment used include radar, GPS, ECDIS, IIS, AIS, and the echo sounder. These instruments help officials determine the vessel option, position, monitor nearby vessels, and navigate safely even when they cannot clearly see their surroundings. The advantages of land pilotage are that it improves safety during fog, heavy rain, or darkness, provides accurate position information, and allows continuous monitoring of surrounding vessels. However, blind pilotage depends heavily on electronic equipment.
If the equipment fails, navigation may become difficult. It also requires skilled officers to interpret the information correctly and make safe navigational decisions.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Sharifah Huda Madiha, BT Hair Company MV020102, and I will be conclude all the presentation. In conclusion, to ensure the safe navigation over restricted territory, pilotage operation must require an efficient coordination of command responsibilities. The relationship between the pilot and the bridge team essential to the operation. A qualified pilot is on board, but their role is restricted to consulting. The commanding officer or CO maintain an unrestricted full authority over the vessel. Visual pilotage is performed during the normal daytime visibility, and this procedure depends on the direct observations of physical navigation equipment. The navigation crew coordinates the ship's position using the visual bearing measured from the visible landmark, lighthouses, shore structures, and buoy system. Blind pilotage: it is performed at night or during the restricted visibility such as heavy fog or rain. This procedure depends entirely on equipment and electronic sensors without needing to view outside. Visual and blind reporting: these reporting systems are used as an ongoing feedback loop, ensuring the information received from the radar operators blind or observers invisible is accurately and truly cross-checked and given to the conning officer. By dividing this field shows the essential reliability of modern navigation. By balancing the full authority of the commanding officer with the dual structures of visual accuracy and instrument-based blind pilotage, a vessel can minimize the environmental risk and ensure the operational safety through any conditions.